Now, here's an interesting story, and I've always been intrigued by an outfit called Internet New Zealand, which is kind of like a statutory body involved in monitoring and enforcing standards or proper behaviour on the internet. But it's not like the police or direct government department. It's sort of like a statutory body, Internet New Zealand. And you get elected to Internet New Zealand. It has a board and puts up candidates. And it's a non-profit organisation. And it manages the .nz domain space, working to ensure a better internet for all New Zealanders. It acts as the guardian of .nz and uses funding from domain name registration to support the development of the internet in New Zealand through policy, community grants, research and events. I've always been confused by this stuff, I'll be honest. We are the platform.kiwi, so I don't even know if Internet New Zealand's got anything to do with us. It hasn't? No, I did it. Do you know, Bella?
I don't think so, since we're not .nz.
Z.nz. But the Free Speech Union, who are the champions of free speech in New Zealand, appear to have mounted a kind of takeover bid, not illegal or anything, of Internet New Zealand, and I'm wondering why and what this is all about. To find out more, I'm joined from the Free Speech Union's board by Jillaine Heather, who joins us by video link. Jillaine, lovely to see you. Welcome to the platform. Can I just say, I think many New Zealanders are pretty confused about Internet New Zealand, exactly what it is, exactly what it governs, and why it's so important. So could we do a very basic primer to start off with?
Absolutely, we could. I might not be the perfect person for this primer, but I'll give you my view, because you're right. Internet New Zealand, it's a public-facing organisation, and it's charged with, from what I understand, managing the critical digital infrastructure on behalf of all New Zealanders for the internet. And it is really important because all of our interaction is online. Speech doesn't mean anything unless you have online access. It's the virtual public square. It's the internet virtual marketplace of ideas, etc. And so we are concerned, the Free Speech Union is concerned, because it appeared that through recent constitutional amendments that Internet New Zealand was moving into content moderation, a little bit of a scope creep. We wanted them to focus on the technical, maintaining the technical infrastructure, and not about deciding who could be on the internet or deciding which sites it could take down or not take down.
Does it have the power to take down? Does it have the power to censor as it stands?
From what I understand, they register and administer over quarters of a million .nz domain names, and they decide who's allowed to register, what names they can register under, and who gets taken off. So I haven't looked into all of their takedown powers, but that seems to be a pretty broad coverage of who can go on.
So here, honest question, I'm .kiwi. I'm a .kiwi, so do they have no power over me?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Yeah. I know it is the .nz domain name. So already you've but as I said, 750,000 .nz domain names are out there. It does affect a lot of Kiwis at the moment.
Okay.
And it's a good top-level trusted domain name.
So you guys have launched a campaign to take over Internet New Zealand?
No, not quite. We call this actually civil engagement and engagement in democracy. There's an election on at the moment. It started yesterday. There are 2 board positions open, and we've got 2 candidates. Jonathan Aileen, he's a regular guest on your show, and Douglas Brown, he's a Canterbury-based lawyer, and he's also on our Free Speech Union.
Okay, who gets to elect the board of Internet New Zealand?
So you have to be a member of Internet New Zealand. You have to be an eligible member, which means you've paid a fee and you've joined. But in order to be able to participate in this election, you have to have joined prior to 3 months. So if you've joined prior to April, you can participate in this election.
How many board members on Internet New Zealand?
I think there's 11.
Oh, okay. So this isn't like you would rule the organisation.
We absolutely would not rule the organisation, and this is just about democratic or civil engagement. We are concerned about free speech. We're concerned about the potential content creep. We just want all Kiwis to be able to participate in the internet, no matter how controversial or unpopular their views are.
Can I be honest? I'm still bloody confused. So is Internet New Zealand a government organisation or not? Does it have any legal power?
It's a public-facing organisation. It has been tasked
Well, what does
with
that
managing
mean? Is it like the police of the internet or not? Because I've gone to them when people
No.
have been harassing me on the internet, and they've said, "Oh, well, we'll try and
No.
moderate that or whatever."
Yeah, I don't believe it should be or is the police of the internet. You know, that should be up for our laws. And I think NetSafe is probably the organisation that is
Okay.
tasked with some of that harassment and monitoring the laws there.
Okay.
We want Internet New Zealand to be focused on the technical infrastructure and not at all on content
And not
moderation.
on taking
That's why
down.
we're-
And not on takedowns like banking taking people down. So you're hopeful, yeah. Because denying people access to the internet is that's a huge burden to put on someone, isn't it? That's a very powerful thing to have the power over.
They have a lot of power, and they've put some recent constitutional amendments through that we believe politicise their mandate. And we just want our candidates are committed to defending an open internet and allowing all Kiwis to participate online, resisting any attempts for expanding any content moderation. And that's what we're concerned with about the new constitution. It might have political or ideological litmus tests. You know, we want the internet to be that grand central station of ideas and communication, and you know, we don't have ideological barriers to get in or out.
Okay, I feel much more relaxed now. I feel a little bit smarter now because I kind of know you've explained it pretty well. How do people vote for you or vote at all for anyone in the Internet New Zealand elections?
Exactly. They opened yesterday from the 14th to the 29th, the elections, the voting happens. You go to the Internet INZ website, you can see all of the candidates there. As I said, you already have to be a member of Internet New Zealand. You have to have joined prior to April this year. But if you're concerned about the internet and also open speech, I would encourage people to just join now anyway. You can continue to participate in any future democratic elections, etc. We have two candidates, Jonathan Aileen and Douglas Brown, standing.
And also, of course, you'd encourage people to join or get in touch with the FSU, wouldn't you? FSU.NZ, the champions of free speech in New Zealand, as I always say.
We absolutely would.
Look, I've got this lovely text in from Victor. What they are tasked with the technical role, manage the backbone of .NZ web infrastructure, social policy role, ensure the internet remains open, safe and accessible in New Zealand. The dual role is precisely what has led to current tensions. Critics argue its policy work risks politicising what should be a neutral technical body. Is that a good example of where you guys are coming from?